But when I feel how much bigger and how much more money the NFL brings in than the NBA, I just like I know somewhere that if you're a great NFL player, you got to be looking around and going, "Damn, 10 times more popular. Everybody knows our name. Yet the only people getting paid right now are quarterbacks and wide receivers and left tackles. They make some bank." But it just blows my mind when I see how much money that they're making. So NBA money is absolutely stupid, and we're going to be talking about the NFL and the NFL money and where people are going because, of course, all that stuff is also heating up. But I wanted to mention, and I couldn't believe this. So I found out that our football team, not only American football team that went and played Japan and like Argentina, who the hell did they lose to?
Uruguay last night, right? Uruguay, last night at Arrowhead. That's right. And Panama, the game before that.
So they're terrible.
Back losses, yeah. They're really
That's just
bad.
that. This is embarrassing.
Refs were really bad last night, though, at Arrowhead.
They had the other team?
It might have. Christian Pulisic tried to shake one of their hands.
Okay, so
after
are we
the
talking
game,
real football, real soccer?
Yeah, football.
Okay, so I call soccer because it's called soccer. The rest of the world calls it the wrong damn sport because it's not football.
So what are you talking about?
I was talking about the American football team that got smoked by like Japan and somebody else.
Austria.
In football, like American football, not soccer.
It's what we created, John.
Yes. Not only was that embarrassing yesterday, like finding that news out, but then I found out this morning that our American soccer team.
Oh, John, don't get me started about it.
Did you know that they lost to a country that's the size of Connecticut?
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. Bro, you're telling me with all the money in this country that they shove up into this whole soccer thing that they can't find a bunch of dudes that can go beat the country the size of Connecticut? This is ridiculous. The men's team, again, they lost to Uruguay, which has 3.4 million people.
That's fitting, though, because the state of Connecticut dominates basketball. So it's only right that a country the size of Connecticut dominates soccer.
That is pretty, yeah. Dan Hurley does have it rolling.
Dan and them boys.
But I just can't, I don't understand how it is we put this much money, we're this big. They say that this kid, Christian Pulisic, is supposed to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, yet we can't beat anybody. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, they're not very good. Bad coaching. Coach, and tell me if you'd ever see this in an NFL game or a college football game. So I told you yesterday, John, it was going to be very difficult. They either needed to win or tie against Uruguay, but also have Panama lose or draw for them to advance to the next to the knockout stage. Well, Panama was up 1-0, and then whoever they were playing, I forget, maybe Bolivia last night, they tied it 1-1. And so America's coach looks at his players on the field and goes, "It's tied 1-1." 1-1. He's like motioning like 1-1 to his players that the other game is tied. 10 seconds later, the other team scores, and America's down. I mean, ridiculous.
It seems like them boys didn't want to play anymore.
No.
They just wanted to collect that check and bounce.
Yeah, get back to their actual teams.
That is absolutely terrible. That really is.
Yeah. But I heard the rest were bad. I didn't watch the whole game, but I heard the officiating was bad.
All right, so we're terrible at American football now when we play on the world stage. We're terrible at the soccer game on the world stage. Are we going to do any good in the Olympics? We're still good at that, right?
Great question, John. I don't know. I hope our basketball team. It feels like our basketball team can carry. Don't know about everybody else.
Well, man, all I keep hearing right now is the rest of the world's catching up with us in basketball.
Katie Ledecky for swimming, so we got swimming too.
Yeah, she's really good.
Except I hear the Australians got a good swim team.
Yeah, but Katie Ledecky could even beat Leah Thomas. That's how good Ledecky is.
Huh.
She broke all records. You don't think so?
No, I think you're right.
I'm just saying.
She's incredible.
She is incredible. Better than Leah Thomas, which isn't kind of credible for a what is he now? A young man still?
I
Young,
don't
24,
know.
25?
I don't know how old he is.
I don't know where I get off some of these things, but my goodness, got to bring up yesterday again. We had some baseball, but finally we got actually a slate. Yesterday there was only 3 games on, and if you play those games and you listen to me, you lost all of them. But I'm going to try to make up for it. I actually think I found a good one, and I'm stealing this one straight up from somebody else, but I love their logic. It's the little, High Heat, the little blonde girl that comes on there,
Uh-huh.
Ariel something, whatever. She, I think, is always bringing strong information. Strong information. And she said that Brady Singer, right now, you can get over 4.5 strikeouts, okay? Minus 135. Now, why is that a good one? Well, one, if you look at his last 5 starts, he's gotten 5, 4, 5, 5, 4, 6. So he's been pitching well, getting the over. But also Tampa Bay starting pitchers have gotten over 4.5 strikeouts for over 40% of the season. So they're striking out at a nice clip. So we're looking tonight to bounce back and hopefully get a over in strikeouts. Come on, Kansas City. It's Brady Singer.
I actually found this this girl. I've never seen her before, but she does baseball bets on Twitter. And
would you give out her handle so I can give her a follow?
I'm trying to find her. I just said I can't find her now, but she gives like picks, and the one I saw was pretty good.
I have to say, have you noticed all these girls that give this sporting advice always are easy on the eyes?
Huh. You know, John, I've never noticed that.
I have noticed
but I'll try to pay closer attention next time.
Point is, guys, don't date women that smoke pot. Date gamblers.
Huh. What if they're neither?
Then you're just...
Found her.
Found her.
Uh-huh.
All right, who you got?
Her name is Taylor Mathis. You ever heard of her?
Mm-mm.
She gives out bets, and at least the one video I saw of her. Now she hadn't. No, this is all.
So you did watch a video, so she was easy on the eyes. I knew it.
I just wanted to see the bets, John.
No, don't lie. But go ahead. Give me the.
Well, she doesn't have anything out right now, but I think somebody we're gonna keep an eye on to see how good she is, to see if we follow her or not. Because I'm always here for somebody who gives out good baseball bets.
Okay, that took me a...
Twins Mariners the other night was the one I saw.
And that's the one that was good?
Nerfy. Yeah, and it hit.
See, that's the scary thing about baseball right now. I feel like you're mainlining speed. Like, you're straight up just tapping into that vein and going nuts because you're either betting Yerfies or Nerfies or you're losing a lot.
Yeah.
Again,
so.
baseball is the hardest. I think pro baseball is the hardest sport in the world to handicap. By far. I mean, yesterday I hit. Do you know? I feel like going 0 for 3 is better than almost going 1 and 2. At least I was perfect on one way. I lost every one of them. It's got to account for something, right? But that's baseball. You look at all the stats and the statistics and the lineups and what they've done in the past, and the next thing you know, something crazy, and you find out it's Charlie Blackmon's birthday and he's hitting a bomb. Then the Mets come back because Grimace has,
how about that?
Ever since he's thrown the first pitch out, the Mets think they're deadgum the best team in baseball. And let's be real. I should have known. Astros right now, have you paid attention to what the Astros have done in June?
They're back, John.
Your team should have ran away. They had a 10-game lead. The Mariners had a 10-game lead.
Yeah.
This day last month. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
They've now cut that jump to 3.
Yeah.
9-1 in their last 10. Astros are on fire.
Well, and John, I've been telling you, I'm not sold on this Mariners team.
I'm not sold on Julio Rodriguez being a star just because he's got pretty eyes. Why can't he ever hit in the first half of the season?
John. You can't look into his eyes or you'll get lost.
I think that's what happened to the front office, man. Everybody's been telling me this guy's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread.
I think he'll be fine.
Have you noticed he's always starts off really, really slow?
Yeah, that's his MO, John.
You know who else has started off slow this year?
Who's that?
Bo Bichette.
Yeah. Well, the whole Blue Jays team, for that matter.
Dude, they lost on Canada Day.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on there because we were doing a lot yesterday. A lot.
What do
going
you think
on.
they were drinking? A bunch of Molson, eating maple syrup.
It was a party up there for sure. Because we were doing a lot yesterday when that game started, and I saw it was delayed, and so I immediately thought it must be raining or something like that. And then Brett was like, "Aren't they in Canada?" And I was like, "Great point. They have a dome." So I was very confused what was going on. Then I realized it was Canada Day. Do we know what Canada Day is? I think it's when they gained their independence, but I'm not positive.
Who gave them their independence? Canada Day.
I have no idea.
Man, this is something that we're going to find out during the break, and we're going to come back on the other side because we get to talk with David Cobb and ask him what he thinks about the Grizzlies picking up Zach Edey. As you know, he covers college basketball and college football for CBSSports.com. He's next, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to real sports talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Jason's Deli. When you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises. Just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it. Because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets, vegan and gluten-free options available, convenience, and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com. So whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway and Park Place Center, Whopper Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli is wholesome food and no surprises.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home in Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, Automatic Gates Construction tailors custom gate solutions for all your residential, commercial, and industrial needs, including repairs, maintenance, and installation. Automatic Gates Construction specializes in designing and installing automatic gates and fencing that seamlessly blends security, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Elevate the safety and efficiency of your property with a premium gate solution. Automatic Gates Construction at myautomaticgates.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Sounds like you heard about a July 4th sale. It's a great chance to red, white, and do that job you've been putting on. Like an oil change with full synthetic motor oil. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Pennzoil Platinum with an STP extended life oil filter for just $34.99. Save on oil, wash and wax, and more this weekend at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
I've got him on the line, rockin' Ronnie Smith, and Ronnie, I hear it's the Make This the Summer event going on now at Gossett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Field.
That's right, Randy. I've got 2024 Ram 1500 Traceman Quad Cab 4-wheel drive, $649 a month.
Man, that is awesome. What else you got, Ronnie?
2024 Jeep Gladiator Sport 4-wheel drive, $659 a month.
That's a hot deal on Gladiator Sport. What else you got?
Get super power in a 2023 Charger RT Skypack,
4282, MSRP 48595. Jeep RL 116172, MSRP 51690. Charger PH 612877, MSRP 55110. Price includes all rebates and incentives and excludes PF 695. Payments include PF 695. All exclude tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Dealer stock only.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports. Former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons. Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call. And former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss Sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show. Right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South Sports Station.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour brought to you by Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland, where every cut is the right cut. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a 2 for Tuesday, and you know that we talk at 11:30 with CBSSports.com's very own David Cobb. He covers college basketball. He covers college football. He's a little 2 for Tuesday himself. My little 2 for Tuesday two-step is Buster's Liquor Store right there at Poplar and Highland. I go into Buster's Liquor Store and get me a big old bottle of Tito's. Then I walk next door to Buster's Butcher. Yeah, you heard that right. Buster's Butcher Shop is right next door. Go to Buster's Butcher. They cut your meat fresh every day. You want a strip, you want a porterhouse, you want a T-bone, you want some chops. They got it all. Check out bustersbutcher.com to learn a little bit more and find out why every cut counts at Buster's Butcher. It's time to talk with David Cobb. What's up, DC? How's life treating you?
I'm doing well, sir. I mean, can't complain. How are you doing?
Man, I'm pretty good. I can complain, but you know what? Nobody wants to listen to me. I do it enough when I'm on here as it is, especially since I've been hurting like these last couple of weeks. But, man, you should have heard me complaining after the Grizzlies went number 9 and Zach Edey. Should I back off on my whining, crying, and complaining, or do I have every single right to bitch? What do you think, DC?
You have the right. You have the right to be skeptical. You have the right to be skeptical. That's where I'm at. I'm a skeptic on Zach Edey. I'm not a Zach Edey hater, though. My skepticism isn't necessarily like a personal thing towards Zach Edey because the dude's a worker. He got a lot better in college. He's more than just big. He's talented. He's skilled. It's just my question is, does his talent and skill that we saw in college translate to the NBA? That's where I've got my questions on Zach Edey.
I'm right there with you. And again, I know a lot of people have helped kind of talk me off the ledge a little bit because I guess I just wanted like a proven vet, not necessarily if you weren't going to get Donovan Clingan, I was like, get Dalton Connect, and he was sitting right there, and I had such a desire, and then I saw him just get passed by, and I wonder if that's kind of jaded me a little bit because the fact that he was sitting right there, and that's who I guess I wanted.
That's one of my issues is the opportunity cost that you leave on the board by not taking Dalton Connect. When we look up in 5 years, who's more likely to be an NBA All-Star, Dalton Connect or Zach Edey? What would you say?
I would say Connect.
Yeah, me too. And so that's where I'm at.
How did he fall to 17? I mean, the Lakers, did you see them? I mean, you thought the Lakers front office was going to freak out. They were so excited. They looked like they got Dan Hurley as the coach.
Yeah, and they were right to be excited about it. I don't know how Dalton Connect slipped to 17. I thought he should have been picked in the top 10. I thought he could have even been picked in the top 5. He's that good. He's that skilled. He's got size. He's got a diverse offensive game. He's good enough defensively to play early in the NBA. I mean, he's old, so that's why I guess he slipped, because teams wanted to take the 18 or 19-year-old and polish those players themselves and develop them themselves, whereas a guy like Dalton Connect is pretty deep in his development already. So I guess that's the only thing I can think of. I'm not justifying Dalton Connect slipping at all. But I guess where the Grizzlies ended up is not so much worried about who has the most all-star potential 6 years down the line in 2030. They're worried about the next season. They're worried about maximizing this window now with John Morant, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr. all simultaneously under contract and they felt like they had to go out and get a center to maximize what they can be now. And with that comes the opportunity cost of what you're missing out on with a guy like Dalton Knecht and what he could be 5-6 years down the line, maybe an all-star type of player. So, I mean, they made a choice. So we'll that's their choice. That's their right. I'm not saying I agree with it. Most of the people who did mock drafts certainly didn't. But, they had a need. They chose to fill that need through the draft. And now we'll have to see how it plays out.
Man, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed because I can tell you at least when the positivity from certain Grizz Twitter, some of it, I mean, it is so pessimistic. It's terrible. But there's a lot of positive people out there. And they do make me feel better when I do think about, like you said, your Jaws back healthy, Desmond Bain, Vince Williams Jr. You're going to have Tripp out there. Zach can fill a role. I look at the bench, you still got Marcus Smart and Gigi and Brandon Clark, Luke Kennard. It's going to be fun, but it's just like that one thing. Like if Zach Edey doesn't work out, Grizzlies fans are going to lose their mind.
Rightfully so, and there's reason to believe that he won't. My skepticism is just how much of a transition it's going to be to the way they played at Purdue to the way they play with the Grizzlies. I mean, the Purdue was a slow-paced offense. The entire offensive scheme was designed to get Zach Edey a touch on the left block so he could take a right-handed hook shot. That's not how the Grizzlies offense works at all. So Zach Edey's going to have to be really proficient as the roll guy in the pick and roll, and he's going to have to be a better rim protector than what we saw in college. And so you're banking on those things happening. I'll say this, though. I think the Grizzlies are a perfect fit for Zach Edey. If you kind of flip the way you look at it, because you know that Zach Kleiman and Taylor Jenkins are going to have a plan for Zach Edey. They were sort of scheming or plotting to get a big man through the draft all along. They probably had a decent idea that it might end up being Zach Edey. So they've probably been laying the groundwork and putting the ideas out there for how they're going to use him for a while, which to me is a better situation for Zach Edey than, say, he ends up at the board, still on the board at 23, and somebody takes him somewhat haphazardly because, he's the best available, and now we'll figure out how he works. I don't think that would have been great for Zach Edey. But I think for Zach Edey's chances of sticking in the league, the Grizzlies actually offer him a pretty good path to at least having a shot to be an NBA player.
Well, we're just going to have to keep our fingers crossed and wait and see. At least we know one thing, 12's back, so that's good for Grizzlies fans.
Yep.
Now, I do have to bring up some college football because I'm a little bit fired up, but I also need your help because I'm not the biggest, I'm not a gaming system guy. I'm kind of like a little too old for that. It just kind of passed me by. When games were coming out, I was hitting about 16, drive-in girls or video games kind of just didn't work. You know what I'm saying? But this whole EA Sports thing about the new college game coming back has everybody crazy, fired up. They're putting releases. You went out and you ranked, now not according to what you think the football players are going to be, but you ranked the teams that are actually in the game. Is that what you did?
Well, EA Sports ranked the teams that were in the game.
Oh,
so,
okay.
and so believe me, John, I do not have Colorado ranked number 16, but that's how EA Sports views it with this game. They've done a masterful job of just ramping up excitement for this new video game, and it is. I mean, I'm going to play the absolute mess out of it. But John, you don't be sad. Don't be sad that you're a part of that generation that didn't end up growing up playing video games because you actually lived in the real world. You played sports. You got your driver's license when you were 16. You probably had a part-time job. You might have had a girlfriend. Whatever this generation is now, I think it's the one that's after Gen Z. They're teenagers now, and they're not even getting their driver's licenses when they turn 16 anymore. They're spending their whole life buried in smartphones and Grand Theft Auto. So I mean, you didn't miss out on much. I think you ended up all right.
David, I might not have a girlfriend after the college football video game drops.
Hey, you need to propose now. Get a ring on that thing.
That's right. Get ahead of
it. Yeah, because I've been prepping my wife. Hey, just prepare yourself. I'm probably going to put on some weight. This is not going to be good for me. But my only saving grace, and Bryant, you can use this too, is that it's research for our job.
That's right.
I mean, because you play the game, you get familiar with the roster.
That's right.
You start a dynasty, you play as Memphis, so you play against all the other AAC teams. Well, now you know all the other AAC rosters because you're playing against them. So it's homework. It's research for our sports media job.
That's why we bring you on, David. You have all the answers.
Yeah. The other one that I got hit with today, we were talking about this game in our work chat, and one of our bosses was saying that he's not able to purchase a PlayStation right now because his wife is kind of side-eyeing him for the fact that he just spent $600 on golf equipment. And I'm like, guys, you got to be smart about it. So last year, I purchased my console a year ago in anticipation of this game. And then last week, I went out and got a new golf club. So you got to space these things out. You got to have some foresight when it comes to your marital finances.
By the way, just speaking of another thing, I also would like you also can constantly have to learn in your relationships. I now have figured out when Chas is going to get her hair done and all that stuff. Because about a week before, she's making me dinners, doing all kinds of stuff because she knows that she's about to pound that credit card. So
take a page out of her book.
Yeah, I'm not cooking that, man.
Yeah, when they start being real
Again,
nice.
I'm from that generation.
Yeah, when they start being real nice, you got to go check the credit card statement. And honestly, I'm just as guilty because, man, if I end up at Edwin Watts or whatever golf store, like it's not going to be pretty, So it's tough. It's tough when you got joint finances there.
All right, now I got to get into a little bit of your work that you want to deep dive in. We got some new teams in the Big Ten, the West Coast teams. You did best and worst case scenarios. Everybody still feels that Dan Lanning's team's going to, take care of business. It's year 3. What's the highs and the lows for Dan Lanning in year 1 in the Big Ten?
Well, he's got a best case scenario of winning the national title. I mean, that's think about last year.
Do you like the fact that he grabbed Dylan Gabriel?
Oh, yeah, I think Dylan Gabriel's a great fit at Oregon. I mean, pretty close to a
Bo Nix.
A Bo Nix copy. I mean, obviously, they're not the exact same player, but they're pretty close. And Bo Nix took a massive step forward from Auburn to Oregon. I don't know that there is a massive step forward for Dylan Gabriel because he's already been really productive, but even if he just is the same quarterback who he was at UCF in Oklahoma, then Oregon's going to have a shot to Oregon really should be able to make the playoff without too much sweat. I mean, the worst case scenario, which I laid out in this story, is 9-3, but that would require Oregon to essentially lose to, Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin, right? And then they don't have any meat in terms of their quality wins to get them into the playoff. But that's the worst case scenario. And when 9-3 is your worst case scenario, you're in pretty good shape. So, yeah, this Oregon team, I mean, they were 2 3-point losses to Washington away from being unbeaten last year. So they are firmly in the hunt. I would put them a rung behind Georgia and Ohio State, but they're right there in the mix to be whatever your number 3 team, your number 4 team going into the season.
Damn, they're up there that high. That's pretty impressive. Dan Lanning's got it going. You mentioned Ohio State. What do you think about Chip Kelly being the offensive coordinator? How much is that going to change things?
It is going to change things because, Ryan Day's fingerprints have been all over that offense for a decade, since he was the OC there under Urban Meyer. Then obviously as the head coach, he had a massive impact on their offense, even though they did have other people with the coordinator title. It's always kind of been Ryan Day's offense. Well, you don't bring in a guy like Chip Kelly not to call the plays. I mean, this was the head coach at UCLA. I've got to imagine that he's going to be calling the shots from the booth or the sideline or wherever it is that he wants to be. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to be a big adjustment for Ohio State because they're also bringing in a new quarterback, Will Howard. So I think that Ohio State offense is going to look a whole lot different than how it's looked under Ryan Day to this point. I think it's going to be a more run-oriented offense, as it should be, because when you have Travion Henderson and Quinshon Judkins in the same backfield, you better be running the ball, 35 or 40 times a game. So that's, I think Chip Kelly's going to have a massive impact on Ohio State, and how quickly he and the new quarterback Will Howard sort of get on the same page. That's going to have a big impact on what Ohio State does. But fortunately for the Buckeyes, like their schedule opens pretty soft, so it shouldn't be too difficult for them to work through the kinks.
And they're always loaded. I mean, damn, just heck. Ryan Day, you look in the National Football League, I mean, the dude's had nothing but talent, so they are going to be absolutely stacked and loaded. What's UCLA's chances now moving over there in the new air with Foster?
They're not good. I mean, UCLA has got a really, really tough outlook, I think, for this next season. You got a first-time head coach in Deshaun Foster. There's a reason Chip Kelly left, gave up a Big Ten head coaching job for a Big Ten coordinator job. He wasn't fired. He was going to be on the hot seat this year, but I mean, you look at their schedule, and it is not easy. John, you got a road game against LSU coming at the same time that you join the Big Ten. I mean, that's brutal.
That is brutal.
Yeah, and then they also play Fresno State in the non-conference. I mean, that's one of the best teams in the Mountain West. So, I think we could be looking at a big downturn for UCLA this year. It's one of those situations where you're happy that Deshaun Foster gets the job, but then you just hold your breath because it feels like a situation where a coach is set up to fail. And when you promote from within and you promote the position coach, it's sort of like when Mississippi State promoted Zach Arnett. I mean, he was the defensive coordinator, but you go with the internal promotion, you give him a school-friendly contract, and then you cut bait with him after a year or two. And you say, oh, well, he didn't work out. And it's like, well, what sort of opportunity did he ever have to succeed? and that's the situation that I feel like I fear, Deshaun Foster may be in at UCLA.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bleak. Now USC's been taking a beating in the public. At least SEC fans are talking about Lincoln Riley ducking them. I was watching the SEC network yesterday, and I can't remember who it was from Oklahoma. Basically, though, talked about how, Oklahoma wasn't scared to come to the SEC. The only coach that was scared to come to the SEC, we already got rid of him. I mean, he could have said Lincoln Riley's name by, they just throw it out there. I mean, everybody knew who he was talking about. What's USC going to do? No Caleb Williams, going to the Big Ten. Lincoln Riley's defense is going to be totally different. What do you expect?
Yeah, it feels like they're walking a tightrope. There's a best-case scenario for USC where they're able to sneak into the college football playoff. That's the sort of the best I could imagine for USC this year. Not sure they're even in the neighborhood of being a national title contender, but you put a team like USC into the Big Ten, and let's say their defense doesn't take a step forward like everybody hopes it does under DeAnton Lynn, and then they're struggling to reach a bowl because life in the Big Ten is going to be harder than life was in the Pac-12, and they were 8-5 in the Pac-12 last year. So the potential variance for USC is pretty high. They're going to have to walk a tightrope of good health and defensive improvement to really cap out or max out their potential. And this could get interesting for Lincoln Riley.
That schedule is brutal too.
Yeah, he didn't sign up for this. When
LSU,
he took the job,
Michigan, Penn State, Notre Dame. It's going woo-wee. Sit back, relax.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he didn't sign up to be a Big Ten coach. He signed up to be a Pac-12 coach. He signed up to go to a league where it looked like USC could dominate. Now they're in a league where they really they're not in a position to dominate right now with where their roster is at and where their program is. So it's going to be tough. I mean, keep an eye on Lincoln Riley. How much of an appetite does he have to get put on the hot seat in a college football job? I mean, he kind of feels like one of those guys who is going to have one eye on NFL opportunities because this is a different world than what he was envisioning, I think, when he left Oklahoma.
I just can't wait to also see what it's like with USC playing in some of those brutal conditions over there in the Northeast. It's going to be different.
Yeah, USC at Michigan, USC at whatever.
Happy
like
Valley, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, these are going to be new challenges for that program, and they're going to be struggling. I think from a physicality standpoint, from a depth standpoint, to withstand what it's going to take to be an upper echelon Big Ten team.
Does Washington have a better do you trust more about you look at Jed Fish at Washington, you look at Lincoln Riley at USC in 3 years, who's going to have more success in the Big Ten?
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Lincoln Riley is still there, to be honest, at USC. it doesn't feel like a situation to me that is really set up for a long-term relationship. It just feels like there's a lot of factors between USC and Lincoln Riley that are not trending in the right direction. And in the long run, I do trust Jedd Fisch. Now, this year, I think USC should be better than Washington. I mean, Jedd Fisch, whoever took the Washington job was going to have a ton to replace. And then it's Jedd Fisch, who really didn't get a ton of that Arizona team to transfer with him, like you might have expected. Like you might have thought he could get Tetroa McMillan and Noah Fafita, the offensive stars, to come from Arizona to Washington. Well, that didn't work out. And then even if Kalen DeBoer had stayed at Washington, they were going to lose so much talent from that team from a year ago. So it's going to be a rebuilding year at Washington. But in the long run, I mean, just look at what Jedd Fisch did at Arizona. My gosh, like he will get Washington back up in the upper half and upper echelon of the Big Ten. It's going to take a few years. But 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, I wouldn't be at all surprised if Jedd Fisch and Washington are in a much, much better place than USC.
David Cobb, CBSSports.com, covering college football and college basketball. What you working on this week?
Well, we're doing a Big 12 coaches ranking for tomorrow.
Nice.
And then kind of the college football preview season for us now. So July is officially talking season. So it's media days around the corner for the various conferences. And my goodness, John, you're going to have to get a video game console and kind of
all right, which one do I get?
Get the Xbox Series S. That's what I got. It's just the bare bones, basic kind of console, and you can get the college football game. Pretend you're a millennial. I know you're kind of like probably on that brink. You're probably what? You're a.
I think I'm a Gen Xer.
That's right. But I think you could do it. I mean, you got good reflexes. You were an athlete. Like you could figure it out.
I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna have to get this because everybody and their grandmother's talking about this, and heck, I mean, everywhere I look, especially some of my friends that are a few years younger than me, they're just all about this. One last question, because I've been talking about 90s movies all day. You got one that sticks out that was like a real good one?
Forrest Gump, my favorite movie of all time.
Forrest Gump. Man, you are the man. I like Usual Suspects. I was thinking that was a pretty good one. Do you remember that one? Kaiser Sose.
I'll have to put it on the list.
Oh, put that sucker on the list, The Usual Suspects. You'll love it. David, be blessed, man. Thanks for your time, my friend.
No problem. Thank you.
That is DC from CBSSports.com. We're late for a break. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
There are many real estate companies out there, but then there's Banyan Tree Realtors on the Tigerville Town Square. There are hands-on, family-owned boutique real estate companies whose agents have been offering exceptional attention to their clients for over 40 years. In an ever-changing world, Banyan Tree continues to maintain a small-town personal charm while providing a worldwide connection through its internet marketing presence. Personal service will never go out of style at Banyan Tree Realtors. Their agents are people you can trust, offering service you deserve. From residential homes to commercial properties, farmland, land lots, and historical houses, Banyan Tree has the expertise you can rely on. So if you're downsizing, upsizing, moving in, or moving on, give Banyan Tree Realtors a call today. Craig Smith and Mary Jean Smith and their agents are ready to serve you. Call today at 901-620-8920 or 901-359-2520.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
If you want a great experience, you need to go to Genesis.
Meet Kendall Wamble, who shopped several other jewelry stores but ended up at Genesis Diamonds with a bigger, better quality diamond for less.
Based on what I had seen elsewhere, I didn't know that this size diamond would be possible for me to have on my finger.
Are you ring shopping? Genesis Diamonds has one of the nation's largest selections of GIA certified diamonds at the guaranteed best prices, bar none.
You're going to get the most value for your dollar at Genesis Diamonds. You're going to get the best customer service in town and probably in the entire state.
And that's what Kendall really loved, the personal attention, the relaxed environment, the no-pressure shopping experience.
This jewelry store was like home. It wasn't walking into corporate America. Nothing's a sales pitch here. It's all genuine. They're like a family.
Genesis Diamonds.
There would be no reason that I could ever think of that you would not go to Genesis first. And if you leave Genesis and try to shop around, you will come back to Genesis.
Memphis's direct diamond importer at Poplar and Perkins Extended.
Celebrate July 4th with savings at Lowe's. For a limited time, save on the essentials you need to make your garden pop for summer, like Miracle-Gro 25-quart potting mix. Get 2 bags for just $16 and get up to 40% off. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances. Hurry, these deals won't last long because Lowe's knows summer savings. Valid through 7/10. Miracle-Gro excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount, excluding supply. See Lowe's.com for more details. While supplies last.
You've got real work to do. Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done. Fast. We've got a huge variety of metals in stock and we cut to size. Fast. Bottom line, we get it done fast. So you get it done fast. Doesn't get easier than that. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store or buy online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Marty McNade at Gossett Volkswagen Germantown is turning back prices to give you the best deal in this decade.
Doc gave me orders to turn back time with the 2024 Volkswagen Jetta SE. We got it for $249 a month, and it gets 42 miles per gallon highway. That's much better than my DeLorean, Randy.
You got that right, Marty McNade. And I hear at Gossett Volkswagen Germantown, you got choices.
Take your pick from 2024 Tiguan S front-wheel drive or 2024 Teos SE for $279.28 a month.
Great Scott, McNade. That's Gossett Volkswagen Germantown on Winchester Road. Plus, get 0% for 60 months on Taos.
Your future is whatever you make of it, Randy, so get to Gossett Volkswagen Germantown, 7420 Winchester Road, or shop online at GossettVWG.com.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour brought to you by Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland, where every cut is the right cut. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Man, we were talking about today's a little 2 for Tuesday action. Hit up Buster's Liquor Store and Buster's Butcher. There's a new Buster's Liquor over in Ridgeway Trace Shopping Center. The original's Buster's Liquor now is next door to Buster's Butcher over at Poplar and Highland. Check them out. Get the best meat, get the best cheeses, charcuterie board, and the best liquor. Get you some liquor at Buster's Liquor Store and get you some good old beef over at Buster's Butcher. They have great sausages, too. Now, found out what Canada Day is. Today is 2 for Tuesday.
What's Canada Day?
You know, it's on the 1st of July every single year.
That's what I learned yesterday.
Canada's Day is very similar to our Independence Day, July 4th.
So it was them gaining independence.
Yep.
From?
I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't go that deep into it.
So basically, you're confirming what I told you. We just don't know who
if we
it's from.
got independence from Britain, I would assume they got their independence from Great Britain as well. Assumptions make asses out of all of us usually, but this feels like a really logical step.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
I mean, like, who else are you gaining your independence from back in the 1800s?
Fair.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody can help me out. But you're welcome with Canada Day. I'll let you know. By the way, my man Randy texts in. You know what he says?
What'd he say?
Must see 90s movies. By Dawn's Early Light. Have you ever heard that one?
Never heard of it.
Me either. I'm going to have to check that one out. Outbreak. That one's scary as hell. We just went through COVID. Isn't that where like a virus gets out there and then like the whole world dies?
Hey, your guess is as good as mine.
Damn. Sleepers. I feel like that was really good, but I can't remember it. I think like Kevin Bacon might be in it. But again, I've hit a lot of lettuce since the 90s. He has Forrest Gump and also The Usual Suspects. Now we're going to switch gears. We've been talking a little bit about the NBA because we've been talking a little Grizzlies and about their lineup and Zach Edey. We're going to find out what Zach Boyd thinks about the big man joining the team. We're also going to talk to him about all this NBA money. They're throwing around that money like it's going out of style. Isaiah Hartenstein. Like right now, quarterbacks are jealous of him. NBA money be stupid. We're going to talk that and so much more. Don't forget, we also have Hardwood at 12:30. And then we're going to try to give you a couple bets at the end of the show that won't bankrupt you like we did on Monday. But again, who saw the Mets scoring 6 runs in the top of the 10th inning? Like, what was that?
It was Grimace.
Like, it's like baseball's been nuts. Nuts. And then Hunter Brown goes out there and spends his best game of the year when we got the over. Don't touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Make your next grill your last with a Big Green Egg. Smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Save money on fuel, eating out, and replacing expensive grills that cannot match the flavor of the Big Green Egg. Ready to cook in only 10 to 15 minutes with temperatures below 200, above 700, and anywhere in between with ease. Change your at-home cooking experience for life. Go to shop.biggreenegg.com.
Simple, smooth, and every sip is easier to last. Tito's handmade vodka tastes just as good with tap water as it does your favorite mixers. Back in the day, Tito distilled, hand-bottled, taste-tested, sent out to a few friends, then taste-tested again to give you the finest juice around. No frills, no flavors, no fancy labels, just the good stuff, just Tito's. For recipes, videos, and more, visit Tito'sVodka.com. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, mainly 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
As you know, summer is right around the corner, and for most people, that means more activities, more golf, more biking, more of whatever you love to do. But if you're dealing with aches and pains, your more could become less. This is why I'm here to tell you about Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that helps fight pain naturally. For instance, I was sent Relief Factor to try, and I've been taking it every single day. I'll tell you what, I feel the difference every day. You see, instead of masking your pain, Relief Factor's formula is designed to help reduce or even eliminate it. It's 100% drug-free, and it's been a game changer for so many people. So let's get after it this summer. Let's feel good. Let's do more of the things that we love to do. Don't let pain keep you down. Give Relief Factor a try and save on your first order. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Help fight pain naturally with Relief Factor. These products and statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
All 650 acquisition fee, Telluride RG 510849, MSRP 38305, Forte LXS RE 780 169, MSRP 21820. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 6/30/2024 with approved credit. Dealer stock only. Hey Jeff, I hear you got the Kia Summer Sticker Sales event going on right now at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah. Give me some scoop.
Randy, the scoop is I'm ready to put you in a new Kia for less. 2024 Kia Forte LXS 41 MPG Highway, $199 a month. $34.99 do it signing. How about a 2024 Kia Telluride LX 357 a month? $39.99 do it signing, 24-month lease.
Plus 0% for 48 months on 2024 EV9. And every Gossett Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah.
Gossett Kia South, 2680 Mount Moriah, or online anytime. KiaMountMoriah.com.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. and be cut to size. Because just like taxes and BS, we think metal is better than cut. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store or shop online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Summertime's finally here, and that means it's time to party. Lucky for you, Family Leisure is having a summertime to party sale. Now, what's all included in this party sale? Practically everything. 24-foot above ground pools for as little as $19.99. All ladders, filter systems, and even robotic cleaners are 20% off. Come in and look at all of the in-stock patio furniture Family Leisure has. Plus, it's up to 50% off. Play gyms for the kids, that's $1,000 off. Patio umbrellas, take 20% off. You can get a 4-person hot tub for just under $3,000. We know you're really going to just use it for yourself. Family Leisure has discounted pricing on all in-stock pool toys and floats while the supplies last, so you better get in quick. Plus, Family Leisure has special financing available. Just ask an associate for all the details. Summertime means party time, and Family Leisure is ready for any party. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun all come together. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and WG538 Indiana Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
That was one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Happy 2 for Tuesday out there, man. You know, go grab you some Tito's at Buster's Liquor Store. Walk next door to Buster's Butcher Shop. Get you a T-bone steak. And then go make a great night. In fact, watch one of the movies that we've been talking about today. It's 90s Movies Day. It's a little 2 for Tuesday action. I don't know how old you are, Zach.
30.
All right, so you were around. You were a young buck.
John, why are you so fascinated with 90s movies today?
Oh, just because you're old? I mean, y'all are all like you hadn't seen any of them, and, you know, just kind of, I need to help y'all's brains develop a little bit.
But why not like 80s movies or
Oh, because,
70s
man,
movies?
that's too far. Like you get back to, you go back to 80s movies.
I've probably seen more 60s movies than I've seen
You're going to be a
new
little,
movies.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Elvis did a lot of movies in the 60s.
That's right. You're an Elvis fan.
Also, the original Ocean's 11. Oh, it's great.
By the way, something happened with Elvis lately. Did his house get sold?
No, that was a scam.
Damn scammers.
Going after EP. How about that, John?
Bro, somebody tried to bust up my PayPal. They notified me.
Wow. Shout out PayPal.
Thanks, man, for the notification. I'd have been very, very upset.
Noti hit.
90s movies. Do you have one, Zach?
90s movies?
Like, you know, Forrest Gump was from the 90s. Shawshank Redemption. Dumb and Dumber. You got The Usual Suspects. My man Randy sent Sleepers Outbreak. By Dawn's Early Light. I said Clerks, bro. Do you know, Jay and Silent Bob? The little stoners outside of the selling weed outside of the little convenience store back in the 90s. Damn hilarious, bro.
See, in my 90s.
Tombstone. Oh.
Tombstone.
In my 90s.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
My 90s consists of cartoons. Yeah. So that's all I know.
That's fair.
And so Lion King is like at the top of my
Downtown Leo just dropped Goodwill Hunting. That's a damn good one. That's the one that made like Bennifer famous, right?
Sandlot.
Is that in that like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon? That was like their first one, I think. I think that's their home run. Would you say Sandlot?
Sandlot.
That's a great little baseball movie.
White Men Can't Jump.
Great movie.
Happy Gilmore.
Oh, bro.
Rudy.
Happy Gilmore. Think about this. I got a great little segue. Do you remember Carl Weathers?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So my man was, of course, Chubb in Happy Gilmore.
Uh-huh.
He had his, hand bitten off by the alligator. And he was also Apollo Creed in Rocky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when you think about somebody needing to throw in the towel, you think about the Russian just beating on Apollo Creed.
If he dies, he dies.
But man, I saw this the other day and I thought this was hilarious. So my man, it's not hilarious that he's dead. It's
The Waterboy.
The Waterboy is so good. See, there's so many great 90s movies. You're pulling out your keister.
Dumb and Dumber.
Have you seen The Waterboy?
Of course.
So you have seen it. So 90s movies rock. That's why I'm telling you 90s movies. Today's movies are ridiculous. It's all about the same damn story, remaking all the movies that we had as a child, or it's a stupid Marvel adventure hero.
Relax on that, sir.
Man, or it's a cartoon and I go sit with my grandkid and pay $100 to go to the movies to watch Inside Out 2.
You're going to enjoy that, sir.
By the way, I learned more at Inside Out 2 about my emotions in 16 years seeing a shrink. Did you ever? That's how I learned about anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Inside Out 2?
Yeah, I'm aware. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm aware of
it might be the
everybody's
most genius cartoon for children in the world because it teaches you about your emotions. That's one thing we didn't talk about in my generation. We weren't allowed to have emotions.
I think Inside Out 2 was a $10 therapy session for a lot of people. So
I was that
personally. I think that's what it ended up being.
Mighty Ducks, quack quack quack.
Yeah, Mighty Ducks, Little Rascals, The Mask.
Those are all 90s too.
It's 90s.
Miss Doubtfire.
Oh damn, Miss Doubtfire. That was good. I like walking down memory lane. Now I remember last Wednesday when I was thinking at number 9, the Grizzlies might get somebody really big. But I sure as hell wasn't thinking 7'4", 7'5" Zach Edey. Now that you've digested a little bit of Grizzlies Nation, Grizzlies Twitter, the reality that Zach Edey is going to be your 5, Zach, how you feel about Zach?
I'm cool with it. Like after thinking about it for a couple of days and then going through free agency process, like I'm kind of glad that they took Zach Edey. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because right now the center market is just drying up.
Dude, when Isaiah Hartenstein's getting $87 million from OKC, that's $2.5 million per month. Like to be Isaiah Hartenstein. I mean, damn, I know he looked decent in the playoffs, but who else were the Knicks going to throw out there?
Yeah. And they already shored up a lot of money with Bronson, Bridges, gave Anunoby his money. Then you talking about Julius Randle. Yeah, like it was. You could. I was surprised that they went that route, but at the same time, you know, they are in the market of trying to beat the Boston Celtics, so they took the risk of not re-signing Hartenstein just to have the matchup to face the Celtics in that sense. But yeah, with the Grizzlies, like, man, like, I'm very grateful that hindsight is 100 out of 100 right now, because like that's like getting Zach Edey. Like Zach Edey is probably better than a lot of these center options right now that is available.
All right, you're making me feel a little bit better. Also, I have to say, Anthony Sane, who I also like to read his stuff and talk with him, he's made me feel a little bit better, basically about just the entire team. So there are now 2 people who are walking me off the ledge because I had this issue where he was picked 9th overall.
I know.
And like I'm thinking to myself, but you could have gotten something more. But what more does this team need than a center?
Exactly. And then also go look at how the draft shaped out. Like Portland wanted Klingon, they got him because Charlotte didn't trade with Memphis. Okay. Then let's just say Memphis doesn't take Edey. In the current draft, Khalil Ware was the next big to be taken at 15, and he went to the Heat. So from 9 to 15, that's like 7 spots in between. And there is no guarantee that you was going to trade back and get Zach Edey, because I think Utah liked Zach Edey. Utah liked him. So it was like
Shocker.
Your team, and that's the thing also, like as you know, as I kind of sat and like kind of marinated on it a little bit more, like the roster in itself is just set. It's set. Like you got your point guard, you got your superstar point guard, you got your big defensive wing. You not big defensive, defensive big, and Jaren can do multiple things. Dez is your sharpshooter who can get downhill, and then
BC's going to play a bigger role this year. Brandon Clark,
he's back. He's back. You got Marcus Smart. It's about to come back.
He's going to be a dog. We forget Marcus Smart how good he really
is.
And
then you're infusing Vince and Gigi into this rotation along with Luke whenever they get that contract situated. All they were missing was a center, and they just took the best center that was available at 9. Now, albeit, if you would have fell down, to number 12 or 13 and took Zach Edey there, I would have been fine. It's cool. You got some extra value, and you got your center for the future. But because...
Don't look at 9, just look at the player that you got.
Exactly.
Quit just saying, what ifs, cans, this. One of the blinding spots is the Dalton Connect, because at number 9, I knew, oh, my God.
Yeah,
they can take Dalton Connect. They can move off of Luke Kennard.
Yeah,
they can go get them a center.
They could have took Matthias Buzelis.
That was old Dacus' boy.
I know.
That's my guy.
They could have took him, but instead they took the best center, who is ready to play right now.
All right,
great. He has great footwork, catch the ball, soft hands, can score around the basket, block shots on the defensive end. And he's mobile enough to where you can that you feel like it's not gonna kill you. It's not ideal if he gets switched on to a guard or whatever, but it's not gonna kill you because you got defensive guys on the back end that can rotate. So I'm happy that they select Edey. I didn't realize how quickly the center market was gonna get dried up, and considering the fact that a lot of teams are trying to bargain shop with the first aprons and the second aprons.
So right now the Grizzlies' move is to let everybody spend all their money, and then they're going to go to the thrift store and buy all their clothes, right?
Yeah, there's still a lot of good players that you can have on your team i.e. your fifth big that you can look for. Mo Wagner was a name that I was looking at well before the offseason began, because everybody was clamoring for Nick Claxton to be a Grizzly, and I'm just that's foolish. I don't want him on this team, and I'm glad I didn't. Because did you not see his tattoo that he got?
Oh no! Please tell me
you didn't see.
On his inner lip, he got punk right here on his lip, John, in the inside, right here.
Oh, nasty. I'm going to tell you something, man. I think that would hurt.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, my gosh. The shot's back. Wimbledon's on. Wimbledon. By the way, does anybody know that Wimbledon's on? Because I just found out today, and the cameraman is going to win an Emmy today. It's probably the greatest cameraman I've ever seen in my life. I'll let you know.
Okay. Keep me updated on that.
I will.
Keep me updated.
I have the best seat in the house.
Yeah.
Now, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, the Grizzlies. Oh, yeah, Wiseman, by the way. A lot of people who said we should sign Wiseman. Didn't he just sign with somebody?
Yeah, he signed with the Pacers. He's going to sign with the Pacers. Don't put it that way. Because it's not official until July
Well, damn,
6th.
He was probably on the very cheap. How cheap are we looking?
What was his contract? I briefly saw it, but I forgot what it was. Oh, here it is. It's a 2-year contract. I don't know what the money is looking like, but I'm more than sure it's pretty cheap.
I would be willing to go out on a really, really crazy limb and say yes. But no, it doesn't even say, man, come on, man. I need to know how much money. I need to know the money, because right now the money's gotten crazy. Have you, explain this to me, Zach? Aren't you a Cowboys fan too?
I am.
Okay, then you can understand this, because I look at your Dallas team and I look at Jerry, who spent $188 billion acquiring the Cowboys in the 90s. Maybe that's why I was thinking of the 90s, because Jerry Jones acquired the Cowboys in the 90s, and the 90s were great. Look, $188 million got him an NFL football team. Well, he can sell it for probably at least $10, $11, $12 billion now. I get where he's making. The NFL is huge. But have you looked at the money lately that's been coming out of the NBA for real? You saw $314 million to Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
And old Paul George just got $211 million. I mean, Luka next year, how much is he going to get? He's open for a super max. He's going to get, what, 320?
It's going to be like around 320 for sure.
Damn. And then they gave a washed-up Clay $17 million per season. Like, what the hell? Do you like that move for Dallas?
I do. I like the move.
Damn, when you're washed up and you're getting $17 million a year, life is good.
38% would do that for you.
Yeah,
Like,
he always can stroke.
38% and you're 6'8", like they will do that for you. I think how I look at it is like, I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, like, you know, Dallas got their big three with Clay, Kyrie, and Luka. To me, it's still
Gafford and Lively down low that are huge for that team.
It's
PJ Washington,
right, and it's still a big two. All Clay is
with pieces.
Yeah, and so it's still a big two with a lot of good pieces. Like all Clay is, he's just a high end super elite role player.
Well, we saw how PJ Washington got wide open looks from that corner all damn day.
Yeah, and he kept missing, and that's the reason why. I think somebody, I can't remember, I think early in the free agency process, somebody put out Najee Marshall's numbers, and he was like 41% in corner threes. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense, because they had a lot of wide open corner threes, and they just could not knock them down in the finals. And so with Clay, with the Mavericks, I like the move because Clay is not the focal point. All he is, he's a spot-up shooter who can offer you some downhill. Defensively, he's gonna be hampered because he has several injuries. He had several injuries at his old, quote unquote, old NBA age. But from an offensive standpoint, you got a shot maker, and that was the thing that was missing in the finals for them, was dudes that can make shots.
I kind of like it though. I mean, look how fast they've turned this roster over.
Yeah, I mean, you let go of Derrick Jones Jr. You traded Tim Hardaway Jr. for Quentin Grimes, if I'm not mistaken, and then you traded
Josh Green
for Klay Thompson,
Seth Curry.
Like that, I mean, you added like 3 really good shooters to your team,
and also the tampering fine that they paid for turned into Derek Lively.
Yeah,
like that, like throwing that game and paying like what was the fine, like $200,000?
Something
that's money well spent,
right?
Especially when you look at all the money they pay in NBA players.
Whew. And all these NBA centers.
Golly, man, they just getting paid. It's just crazy. What do you think, though? We talked about, like, Dallas, what they've done. And, you kind of look around the league. Everybody's trying to, catch up. Who's made up the most ground from where they were? I mean, do you like the Paul George to the 76ers? Do you like Isaiah Hartenstein to OKC? Who has gone up there and really tried to elevate it? I mean, hell, New York, they're going out there and doing their damnedest.
Yeah, I think I like even though they're conference rivals, I guess you could say, OKC getting Hartenstein, that was the important move, because now you can pair Chet with Hartenstein and not lose anything. And I think that was the biggest thing in the playoffs, and I just didn't understand why the Thunder decided not to like shore up that end of it, because you knew like that team was good enough to kind of put some scare into a lot of these Western Conference teams if they faced them in the playoffs. All you had to do was just shore up. If you just get another big man, like you would have probably given what's the Minnesota Timberwolves, if you end up facing them. You would have gave them a run for their money, because then you had shot makers, and you had some defensive guys on the squad
that can cover
right. And so for them to kind of like not do anything about it, I get it, but at the same time, like y'all was fighting to be the 1 seed in the West. You should have done something to add to that squad instead of going to get Mike Muscala.
Well, they got now Isaiah, though. I still just can't believe he got $87 million.
Yeah.
It's a crazy world that we live in when it comes to money.
But I think also Paul George, I'm looking at the player that they got in comparison to the player that they had before. And you're replacing Tobias Harris with the Paul George, albeit older, maybe it's slightly more hurt Paul George.
Yeah, but at least Paul can go off.
That's what I'm saying. Like Paul has the offensive capabilities to go off. Plus, he can provide shooting, which that's something Tobias has been struggling with. I don't know when the last several seasons. Like he can't knock down shots, especially games where he needs to be the number 2 or the number 1 option on that team. Like it's just not there.
I heard that I saw are the Celtics ownership group looking to sell the team?
Yes.
Is that because they're just now signing everybody a $300 million contract?
No, because how much money they're gonna have to pay as a repeated tax team. That's the reason. Because basically the current ownership group, they just gave their current core the money that they want. And then they're just gonna let somebody deal with and make the decisions of as just being in the second apron, which is cool, but because you're gonna be competitive, but it's gonna suck once you start to get hit with those that tax money every season. It's gonna suck.
Yeah, that one's gonna be a little bit painful, but man, so we're looking positive. Zach says Zach Edey is gonna be okay.
Yes,
he's gonna be great.
All you asking Zach Edey is to be a better Steven Adams, which he's already a better Steven Adams because he can score.
Well, Aquaman is one hell of a nickname.
It is,
and he did look kind of like Jason Momoa.
He doppelganger.
So what do we give the big Canadian? We got Zach. Zach, don't smoke crack. It's whack. Edey.
It's a little wordy. We got to work.
That's a little long. That's a little long in the tooth. Big Maple is the one I'm leaning
like Big
towards.
Maple.
Big Maple, man. Dude, Canadians, by the way, do you know what they eat on July 1st for what we eat on July 4th, right? Everybody eats hot dogs and burgers and all that. Barbecue and chips and all that BS. You got grilling.
Right.
Man, they eat pancakes. With maple syrup.
That's right.
July 1st, bro.
They love their pancakes, man. I'm more of a waffle guy. So.
Going to watch, I don't know, just going to watch fireworks and eating pancakes.
I'm more of a waffle guy,
I like that.
Do they do waffles in Canada?
No, they do waffles in Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium's a place for your waffles.
And why is French toast French?
Ask the French. The French. I tried to say
I don't know.
France and
they're
French
going to be in Paris, so you could ask them. Yeah, while you at it, you might as well ask why fries are French.
French fries.
Yeah, why the hell are they French fries?
Great question.
Think they were the first person to fry a potato? Please.
Talk to the Irish.
Bronny James has plans to sign a multi-year guaranteed rookie contract with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Do what now?
Bronny James plans to sign a multi-year guaranteed rookie contract with the Los Angeles Lakers.
No way.
Yes way. Sean Sharani reporting it.
Damn. So Bronny James, they really
they really believe in this kid.
Man, do they really believe in this kid, or is his dad just wields more power than anybody in the NBA?
Both. It's both.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. If you're the Lakers, why piss off LeBron James?
Why? He's gonna be back, so you might as well draft his son and put him on a guaranteed contract. And if he if Bronny turns out to be a really good role player for the Lakers, great. You got a bargain of a deal. You got a role player at what, 50, 55? Yeah, 55. That's great.
Damn, man, I can't believe this. Well, he also has Rich Paul, so, Clutch Sports, I'm sure it represents him.
Yeah.
Which is basically LeBron James's agency.
Yeah, he's going to get money, regardless.
Get paid. Get paid. By the way, Wimbledon is on. I just wanted to let you know it is the women's first round. And let me just tell you something. They are playing hard out there on that grass. Are you into tennis at all?
I used to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Could you play it?
Yeah.
Can you get it over the net and in between the little line that you have to?
I can't serve to save my life, but I can return. I was very quick, agile, so
love this Love this sport.
You do. Huh?
Gotta say.
What's your favorite part about it?
Cameraman. We got to take a quick time out. Hardwood on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
When we say that Bell Tavern, Memphis' perfect downtown neighborhood bar, is cool, we're not just talking about the temperature. Now, it is very cool in Bell Tavern this time of year, but it's also just straight up cool. The atmosphere is cool, the employees are cool, and the customers are cool. Bell Tavern isn't for people that feel compelled to act out whether their team is winning or losing. It's for people that act like grown-ups, cool grown-ups. That means if you go to Bell Tavern, you're cool. Lots of people go to big chain sports bars, but you could be one of the people that goes to Bell Tavern. That's cool.
As you know, summer is right around the corner, and for most people, that means more activities, more golf, more biking, more of whatever you love to do. But if you're dealing with aches and pains, your more could become less. This is why I'm here to tell you about Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that helps fight pain naturally. For instance, I was sent Relief Factor to try, and I've been taking it every single day. I'll tell you what, I feel the difference every day. You see, instead of masking your pain, Relief Factor's formula is designed to help reduce or even eliminate it. It's 100% drug-free, and it's been a game changer for so many people. So let's get after it this summer. Let's feel good. Let's do more of the things that we love to do. Don't let pain keep you down. Give Relief Factor a try and save on your first order. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Help fight pain naturally with Relief Factor. These products and statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
It's time to ride during the Gossett Mitsubishi Motors Summer Sales Event. Check out 43 MPG Highway in a new 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage, $17,935 or $249 a month. Need extra room for your vacation? Let Gossett make it happen with 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander, $30,490 or $449 per month. And go for miles and miles with 420 total range in 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV, $599 a month. Plus peace of mind with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike and 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Military rebate, 500 loyalty rebate. Mirage Outlander 84 months. Mirage RHO 10934. MSRP 18435. Outlander RZO 55981. MSRP 31490. PHEV RZO 35245. MSRP 48065. Includes 1095 acquisition fee. Sale price includes all rebates and incentives. Excludes processing fee of $695. Lease terms includes processing fee of $695. 15 cents per mile excess wear and tear. With approved credit, see dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything. A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
4.9-liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a little 2 for Tuesday action, and I'm going to tell you, always makes me think of Tito's. If life ever hands you lemons, don't freak out, don't fret, don't stress. Just make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with the best, and that would be Tito's handmade vodka. Man, it's crafted and distilled in the United States. It's good old US of A vodka. It's July 4th, people. If you're going to drink on the 4th and you're not drinking USA vodka, are you really American? Ask yourself. And again, once you try it, there's no frills, there's no flavors, there's no fancy labels. It's just the good stuff. It's the juice, the best juice around. Tito's handmade vodka. Let's go to Hardenwood.
John, why don't you update us on what's going on in Wimbledon?
Oh, well, I will tell you right now, there's a damn commercial, or I would definitely I would have done a really bad job at that read. Because, again, the photographer, or whatever his name is, he's my hero. He's my hero. By the way, speaking of Wimbledon, the person who won last year has already been knocked out in the first round. Is that true?
Is that right?
Or is this just a rumor?
I have no idea.
I don't either. Well, these are the kind of questions that I think you should know. You're into tennis.
I'm not really into tennis. Are you ready to get to Hardenwood?
Oh, yeah. By the way, I was going to tell you about my friends over at Automatic Gates. Have you ever heard about them? They did my gate. Have you ever been to my crib?
I've not.
Really? That's, I guess, lucky on me.
I guess so.
But I have a beautiful gate because I went to Automatic Gates. They're locally owned and operated for over 40 years, and they have the solution. They can custom tailor the gate for you. They do residential, commercial, industrial, including repairs, maintenance, and installation. Automatic Gates Construction specializes designing and installing automatic gates and fencing that seamlessly blends security, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Elevate the safety and efficiency of your property with a premium gate solution from Automatic Gates Construction. Go to myautomaticgates.com. Let's go to Hardenwood.
This is Access Hardenwood.
Bro. I'm about to save your life. Like, have you ever seen those things on the TikTok that you were this many days old when you discovered this? Have you ever seen those things?
No.
Okay, I have a question for you. If there is a 65% chance of rain today, what does that mean?
It means 65% of the area will see rain.
Damn, you knew that?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a 65% chance that water was just going to fall on my head.
Wrong.
I didn't know it was an area, covered an area.
That's what I used to think before I was educated.
On TikTok?
No, I forgot where I saw it.
Damn, yeah, I just learned that. But that's what I was kind of talking about. Like, there's certain things that you find out and you learn and you're like, oh my gosh. And there's like a couple things I found out that I need to share with you that they're gross, but they could save your life. So, nose hair is a pain in the ass. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is disgusting. Like, when nose hair is popping out, that's one of the things to me I am not down with. I'm like, bruh. Now both of y'all are like rubbing your nose, checking your nose hairs.
Now my nose is ditched.
Oh, sure, buddy. Now you're like, do I have nose hair? Well, you're not also a female, so I'm not checking yours out. But doctors have now warned, this is serious. There is a fatal condition known as the triangle of death, okay? And it comes from if you pluck your nose hair. Oh, yeah, you heard that right. It could kill you. When you pull the follicle out up under your nose somehow, that's like some dangerous stuff. I didn't realize this until I heard about the triangle of death. When I clicked on the triangle of death, I did not think it was going to be about nose hair, but it was, and it's fascinating. The little nose hairs are connected to veins in your nose, so pulling those out and getting an infection could cause meningitis, a swelling in your brain that could kill you. So I just saved your life.
Huh.
Make sure if you use scissors, don't use ones with pointy edges because you don't want to scratch your nose. By the way, your nose hairs help fight diseases and stuff, so they're kind of important. We don't want to get rid of all of them, but don't be having them come out all bushy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the triangle death would be terrible.
Right.
So plucking nose hair, no. Here's the alternative to plucking. Are you ready? There's the trimming techniques. That means using scissors with rounded tips. Just the tip, but make sure it's rounded. There's laser hair removal, which they say is very bad, actually, because you need your dead gum nose hairs to fight some stuff. And I'm talking about little viruses and stuff. And then it basically says hygiene is important, but plucking your nose hairs could literally kill you. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. I also didn't know how funny Jason Kelce was. Did you see the little spat that Antonio Brown and him had? And I wouldn't even call it a spat. I would call it hilarious. So you know Antonio Brown is not doing well. He's filed bankruptcy. He has taken abuse for going after... he's been attacking the furry population. The furries. Those are part of the alphabet rainbow. Are furries included? LBGTQ? Is there an F in there?
Not sure, John.
Anyway, the point is, he does a lot of stuff that's kind of gotten him in hot water. Other than just bad business decisions and being just an overall terrible person. Like, remember when he beat up the moving guy? Do you remember that story?
Yeah, I do.
Did you know that ended up costing him in the lawsuit $4 million? How about you pay the guy the $3,500 you owed him so you don't have to give him $4 million down the road? Kind of seems like a simple thing, right? He's not very bright. Well, on the last day of the Pride month, which was ended on the last day of June, Antonio Brown tweets out a very heavy-set guy in combat boots, really nothing else, and a very slight resemblance to Jason Kelce. So he's half naked on stage singing. Have you seen it? It's pretty funny. And he said, damn, I didn't know Jason Kelce was performing in Philly yesterday. Now, Jason Kelce could come back and he could go and say, hey, I went by my bank and saw that I had money in my account. I bet you can't do the same. He could do all kinds of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what he just came back with? We'll say the poop emoji. I wish I could spit bars like that. Jason Kelce taking the high road, man, when Antonio Brown was coming at him with a little bit of cap. Why do you think Antonio Brown always goes at people like that?
I guess he's got nothing else better to do.
Nothing else better to do. Mm-hmm. Well, do you eat oysters?
No, of course not.
You do not? Of course not.
Question.
Well, they're an aphrodisiac. Have you ever heard of that?
Don't know what that means.
He gets you in the mood, bro. For making babies or bumping and grinding. Can we say that? Yeah, a little bump and grind.
Interesting.
Man, who sings the song Bump and Grind? And how's it go? Just a little bump and grind.
There you go.
Come on, give it to me.
I don't know.
I don't either. But anyway, the point is if you eat oysters, it's an aphrodisiac. But did you know when you eat oysters raw, did you know you're eating them alive?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they just shucked the sucker. They're alive. Like, you pour a little lime on them, a little lemon or whatever, they start, swimming and wiggling. Bro, that is disgusting. Not only do they look like boogers, but you're eating something that is alive. So it hits your stomach and it dies inside of you. That just sounds like the grossest thing in the history of the world to me. And did you hear about the BET Awards?
A little bit.
Dude, who was in charge of the BET Awards? Did you know they honored O.J. Simpson?
Did they really?
Yeah. R.I.P. O.J. They were like,
what did they honor him for?
For dying. You know, they show all the people that have, left this world.
Sure.
And they're like, oh, yeah. And you're like, oh, I remember them.
Of course.
Oh. They showed O.J. and they're like, damn, he had one bad night, didn't he? You know, damn, son. Still get a little honor. You know what? He was a hell of a football player. Seriously? I don't know, man. I don't know about the OJ thing. And then after the OJ thing, I started doing a deep dive into what was up with the BET Awards, and I found out Ray J's not happy. Do you know who Ray J is?
Uh-huh.
Who is Ray J?
He does the Raycon earbuds.
Oh, he does?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
You know, he owns headphones.
So isn't that so what is it? Every single person that dates Kim Kardashian starts a corporation for some earbuds? Because didn't Kanye have some of them too?
I don't know if he ever had earbuds. Maybe.
Or something you listen to music with.
Yeah, Raycon. That's Ray J's earbuds.
Well, Ray J, who is famous for sleeping with Kim Kardashian, did you know what I learned?
He's suicidal.
Yes. And he says that he blamed it on the BET Awards.
Interesting.
He said that he got, left out, and he said he's not taking their money. He's upset. And did you know what I found out else? Not only did he sleep with Kim Kardashian, but do you know who his sister is?
No. I didn't know he's from Mississippi.
Brandy.
Oh, wow.
Do you know who Brandy is?
Of course. Who doesn't know Brandy?
How in the hell did we not know that they were brother and sister?
Great question.
It's because Brandy doesn't go by a last name, and
Neither
does
go
Ray
by
J.
her last name, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think his real name is Ray J.
No, it's not.
And Brandy...
His name isn't even Ray. It's William.
Is it really?
William Ray.
Well, he's very upset right now, and again, blames the BET Awards. He says he's depressed, and I'm just wondering, was the O.J. Simpson the thing that kind of tipped him off, or do you think it was something else?
I think it's probably something else. Did you see Prince Harry's winning an award? Is that right?
He's gonna win. He's gonna win the Pat Tillman Award.
That's right.
And I gotta say, man, Pat Tillman, I think of this man making the ultimate sacrifice, leaving his cushy job in the NFL. And I think of good old US of A. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
You know who won the Pat Tillman Award last year?
I don't.
Do you remember the crew that saved DeMar Hamlin's life?
Oh, that's right.
They won the award last year. Those are good old American heroes. Prince, what's his name? Harry?
Harry.
What a terrible name. Only other Harry I know is Harry and the Hendersons.
Harry Styles.
Another 90s movie. Harry Styles?
Yeah.
And he English as well?
He is.
Again, I'm not down with this. We are celebrating our independence from pimp slapping you back in the day. You know what I'm saying? 1776. Why are we going to give Pat Tillman's award to some English dude who goes around on a leave me alone tour? I'm Harry and Meghan Markle. I don't their own family doesn't even like him, and we're going to give him an award? This is ridiculous.
Fair argument, John.
Actually, I think it's probably the most lucid argument I've made all week.
It actually might be.
So are you with me on this one?
I am.
Take this award away from... And by the way, what did Harry do for it?
I don't know. Wrote a book.
Married Meghan Markle. Got kicked out of the royal family.
That's right.
Wrote a book talking all kinds of trash. That definitely doesn't say Pat Tillman to me.
Wow, John. Golden Corral might be coming to Memphis. You a Golden Corral guy? You've seen the commercials.
The buffet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can go get
I thought buffets were dead.
Bro, did you know there's still a Piccadilly down the street?
Oh, I love Piccadilly.
My
But that's not
grandmother
really
loved Piccadilly.
That's not a buffet.
I mean, I guess it's not. It's more of a cafeteria.
Yeah.
You're right. It's not a buffet. So a buffet, you just go back as much as you want.
You ever been to Shoney's? Shoney's was a buffet.
For breakfast, wasn't it?
Well, they did. I think they did everything.
I think I only went for breakfast.
I don't know if I ever went for breakfast. I know I've been there for lunch and dinner.
Is Shoney's still around?
No.
R.I.P.
Golden Corral is, and Golden Corral might be coming to Memphis. It's looking to bring either 1 or 2 restaurants to the area in the coming years. Would you eat at Golden Corral?
I know a space you could go eat because the Red Lobster just went out of
That's
business,
true.
and they're
Good
getting
call.
rid of Hooters.
So 2 prime locations.
By the way, this is ridiculous.
Would you
man.
eat at Golden Corral? Would you eat at a buffet?
No.
Really?
No, definitely not. No, that sounds disgusting.
All you can eat.
I'm good. I don't need to eat a lot. Just need to eat the right amount. And one other thing. Did you know there's a Flavor Flav secret menu at Red Lobster right now?
What?
Yeah, you know how Red Lobster's trying to save their life?
Uh-huh.
Flavor Flav. It's not on the menu, but if you tell the waitress at Red Lobster, I want the Flavor Flav, you get a lobster tail, shrimp scampi, bacon mac and cheese, your choice of side, and some good old biscuits. Flavor Flav! That was back in the 90s as well. We're back to close things out on the other side with the Bet Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Getaway Sports Club, the best hits here in town. Open noon to 1:30 a.m. 7 days a week. Gardner created this SEC NFL Dream Bar over 20 years ago. You'll never miss a minute of action. 10 TVs, 5 70-inch TVs for all the big games. Come up on 6 pool tables. Coolest beer in town. Local swimming hits you some good water. 100 chicken tenders. Daily happy hour Monday through Friday, 10 to 6 p.m. On District 725, Getaway Sports Bar, 4632 Winchester.
Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, Automatic Gates Construction tailors custom gate solutions for all your residential, commercial, and industrial needs, including repairs, maintenance, and installation. Automatic Gates Construction specializes in designing and installing automatic gates and fencing that seamlessly blends security, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Elevate the safety and efficiency of your property with a premium gate solution. Automatic Gates Construction at myautomaticgates.com.
Getting engaged is one of life's most spectacular occasions. And when you find your ring at Sissy's Log Cabin, the promise of a lifetime begins with our promise to always provide unmatched quality, superior service, and brilliant natural diamonds. Find your dream engagement ring, wedding bands, and more when you shop Sissy'sLogCabin.com or stop by one of our 6 locations. Begin the rest of your life brilliant. Only at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
You know, sometimes I wish I had a gun.
Well, I'm armed, but before I bought one, I still went to Top Gun Academy to learn to protect myself without a gun.
How is that possible?
Top Gun's personal protection training. It's perfect if you want to protect yourself without firearms.
I don't know.
And it's perfect if you feel the need to carry a gun for self-defense, because the last thing you really want to do is shoot.
That is scary.
Not at Top Gun. It's very comfortable, and you learn to load, handle, and shoot a handgun safely. Protect yourself. Go to Top Gun Academy. They're at 2770 Winton Road.
All 650 acquisition fee, Telluride RG 510849, MSRP 38305, Forte LXS RE 780 169, MSRP 21820. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 6/30/2024 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Hey, Jeff, I hear you've got the Kia Summer Sticker Sales event going on right now at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah. Give me some scoop.
Randy, the scoop is I'm ready to put you in a new Kia for less. 2024 Kia Forte LXS 41 MPG Highway, $199 a month. $34.99 do it signing. How about a 2024 Kia Telluride LX 357 a month? $39.99 do it signing, 24-month lease.
Plus 0% for 48 months on 2024 EV9. And every Gossett Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah.
Gossett Kia South, 2680 Mount Moriah, or online anytime. KiaMountMoriah.com.
Everyone loves home improvement. South Haven Supply and Warehouse 51 makes it easy. A real hardware store run by 3 generations of a real hardware family where you can get it all. Whether it's repairs, remodeling, or new building, kitchens, bathrooms, tiles, tubs, vanities, sinks, mirrors, lighting, furniture, even door hardware. All the latest designs as well as timeless classics. And if outdoor fun is on your mind, they have the Big Green Egg and Accessories. South Haven Supply and Warehouse 51, 8560 Highway 51. Easy home improvement.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy 2 for Tuesday. I hope you get out there and get your Tito's on. Also hit up Buster's Butcher. It's right behind Buster's Liquor at Poplar and Highland. And get you a little meat. A lot of good things going on, especially around baseball. But you know what? I'm not betting on them because I'm terrible. Only one I like right now is Singer over 4.5 strikeouts. But there is something that I do have to tell you before I get off the show. I'm absolutely shocked. You won't believe this. Tyreek Hill is being sued. That's not what's shocking. He's being sued by a woman for breaking something. What do you think he broke?
My
first guess would have been hymen.
I don't know.
Leg. It's a leg. He broke Sophie. Sophie Hall, quote, an influencer, was out at a friendly little lesson. And, you know, Tyreek Hill, great athlete. She humiliated him in front of friends and family when he was knocked backwards by her, who she was a plus-size model. That's how she knocked him down, knowing that she's not that little. Well, he was so enraged from being humiliated by this lady, Sophie, that he got up and he ran back and hit her. And he broke her leg, and no gravy did not pour out. But guess what? She did have to have surgery. She did. And now she's suing Mr. Hill for $75,000 for damages, injury, and paying for the bills. Now, Hill came back and his lawyer said that he tripped over a dog. And she's doing this to generate bad publicity. Don't be tripping over dogs, Tyreek. I don't know, man. I thought that was a funny story. I think that's how I'm going to end my day. I hope everybody gets out there and makes this world a better place. Don't forget, it's a 2 for Tuesday, Tito's and T-Bones. And watch out for them plus-size models. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Summertime's finally here, and that means it's time to party. Lucky for you, Family Leisure is having a summertime to party sale. Now, what's all included in this party sale? Practically everything. 24-foot above ground pools for as little as $19.99. All ladders, filter systems, and even robotic cleaners are 20% off. Come in and look at all of the in-stock patio furniture Family Leisure has. Plus, it's up to 50% off. Play gyms for the kids, that's $1,000 off. Patio umbrellas, take 20% off. You can get a 4-person hot tub for just under $3,000. We know you're really going to just use it for yourself. Family Leisure has discounted pricing on all in-stock pool toys and floats while the supplies last, so you better get in quick. Plus, Family Leisure has special financing available. Just ask an associate for all the details. Summertime means party time, and Family Leisure is ready for any party. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun all come together.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdingers. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdingers, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdingers offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
Jenkins Floors and More invite you to their retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors in Little Rock